Welcome back to the Norwegian Woods once again. I'm your host, Ulf Hawkins Gray from WhiteWolfAlchemy.com. And as always, we will talk about my favorite topic, which is derived from my ongoing experience of the Twin Flame template, the journey, the soul to soul connection, the soul alchemy. Oh boy, and what a journey it is. You know, you go from experiencing heaven together, an exalted state of consciousness, in mystical union with the divine and one another, with yourself, with all that is. And it feels like it's only the two of you and God in all of creation. That's it. That's it. You, your soul to soul connection, and source creator. And you're so immersed in source creative energy that it feels like heaven on earth. That's the difference between a twin flame union, a twin flame connection, and a relationship. That's not a regular relationship. You won't experience that in a relationship, right? So, this mystical connection, it is so different to any relationship that you've ever experienced and ever had that you hold on to it for dear life, scared shitless to lose it, super afraid to not experience it any longer. You just want to make it last forever. And the more you force things, and the more you control things, and the more you operate from fear, the less exalted you are, and you end up down in the dumps of your underworld, your psyche, all your stuff bubbling to the surface in the cauldron of the alchemy of your connection. I love talking about this topic. You know, and when you're there, it seems like you're never going to get out of that hole. It seems like this hell is going to last forever until you separate. And then you separate and you think that you'll never be with someone like that again. You'll never experience it again. You'll never have a soul to soul connection again. Unless it is with them. Unless they return somehow. And so you keep manifesting more separation from the fear of them never coming back. Right? That's the thing. And the more certain you are that they'll never return, the more prolonged your separation is. The longer this thing will just keep going and going. So it's like Yoda said. Now, Star Wars has a lot of valuable twin flame information and twin flame wisdom in it that could come to use for you. I'm not joking, but it's awesome. You know, whatever Luke carried with him into the cave, you know, he would manifest. And he had to face Darth Vader. He had to face his greatest fears in that cave. And that came to fruition. All of that came to fruition. And it did for you in this twin flame connection. It did for you on this ride. It did for me. It did for the ones that I was connected to, each and every one of them. All of my connections ended up like that. They had all their fears come true. I had all my fears come true. I'm certain that theirs did, one way or another, because that's what we were bound to create from fear. And so our external reality was a reflection of our internal reality, as within, so without. This connection is alchemy, it's not a relationship, you know? And as above, so below. What goes up must come down. So we were up there in the exalted states of consciousness, and we have to travel back down. It's not going to stay a divine union and divine connection forever. You're going to go down into hell. And the path back to heaven goes through hell. So if you've not experienced hell yet, you're in for a ride. And if you've been to hell, well, there's only one way out. So, you know, we have to make our way back up there, and often on our own. And that's why I say always seek the energy. Seek the energy. Call in the energy. Don't call in your twin. That might not happen. Don't long for them. Long for the divine. Long for the mystical. Long for connection with yourself. Long for divine alignment. Long for that exalted state all on your own without a co-pilot. What then? Yeah, you would come to find that you are your own twin. That's it. You are that which you seek. All of that is inside you. All of that happened inside of you. It didn't happen because of them. It happened because you are that you are. You are that which you are. I am that which I am. I am that I am. I am. I experienced it. I've witnessed people experience it, doing it, mess it up, get back up on top, all on their own. I've had colleagues do the solo mission for more than a decade successfully, while I've seen others wait around more than 2 decades for someone that will never come back, never return. Then what? You're gonna waste 2 decades waiting for your twin flame? You're gonna be a twin lame? No, you're wasting time. We're waiting for the one that went away. Might never come back. Might never come back. You know? I was once twin flame to somebody, you know, and they'll never see me again. I pray for them. I wish them well. I think of them. I thank them. I embrace everything that they helped awaken in me. And I pray and hope that they have a connection far better than what we had. I hope that they have a connection beyond the capacity that we had. back then, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when these connections happened. And I'm very, very grateful. I'm very, very grateful to them for having activated me and for having pulled me out of my shell, for having called me to become a better man, for having forced me to witness and face myself and heal stuff and to see things in my family and my bloodline, all of that stuff. I'm grateful. And I'm grateful also that it wasn't them, that it turned out to be Mary, who would stand with me and create this shared unified field together and have our sons. She was the one to bear forth my sons, you know? So if I had one message that I could give to myself 15 years ago, you know what it would be? Stop looking for love outside of you, Wolf. Stop trying to heal your sexual wounds. Stop trying to find love in the arms of another. Spend more time with yourself and your talents, gifts, and trades. Make some music. Make more music. Write poetry. Write more poetry. Hang out with your buddies. Few of them are going to die soon. Hang out lots with your father. He's going to die soon. Spend lots and lots of time with your dog. He loves you beyond his means. He loves you beyond more than his own life. Spend time with your family. Don't go in search of love. You will not find it for many years. Be ready then. That's what I would have told him. Spend more time in your own energy, in your own space. Because soon you won't be able to. All right? These are the things that I would have told myself 15 years ago. And prepare. Get an education. Buy a house. Buy a car. You're going to be a family man. And stop dwelling on this new age spirituality. It's all bullshit. You're going to let go of all of that. Don't waste your time on it. Find the Toltec teacher and invest in impeccability. Invest in your intent, in your lucidity, and never look back. That's what I would have told him. And then I would have told him I'm proud of him, even though he's a schmuck, even though he needs a helmet, even though he's desperate to be loved for all the wrong reasons. They come back always, even when they are the ones who cut it off. What? Yeah. Even when they're the one that went away willingly, free will and all. They'll still come back. They'll still look at your stories. They'll still look at your social media. They'll still wonder about you. That goes both ways. Because you shared something that is more than human. You shared something cosmic. And so it cannot be replicated. Each connection is unique unto itself. Because we become a different version of ourselves with everyone we're with. With every friendship, with every relationship, we become somebody else. And so you miss not only them, but you miss the version of yourself that you used to be with them. The person that you became together with only them. That's why we miss certain friendships too, even though they were not good for you. You know? But it's okay to grieve the old self, like the death of a person. It's good to grieve different versions of yourself and different possibilities and timelines that you let go of or could not have. And maybe, just maybe, it was in your best interest to not go down that timeline. You know, sometimes rejection is redirection. And that's more often than not the case with these connections. Well, from exalted states of consciousness down into the underworld of our psyche and the climb back up. But most people stay down in that hole thinking about, oh, if only I had, if only this or only that. Not seeing the full picture. That it was never about this person at all. It was not even about the connection or the union. It was always about you. It was always about you experiencing a mystical union with the divine. And then from there, make you hungry to go back there. But most people become hungry for love and hungry for that other person, that connection. And they stay hungry. A hungry, hungry ghost howling in the night. Ow. But that's not the kind of wolf we want to be. A hungry ghost wolf. No, that's not the wolf. It's that other wolf. What's that name again? The white wolf. Yeah. Ow. In a purification process, heading back to the divine, mystical union with the source creator. Now that's the path. That's that ascension process. You don't need nobody to go there. You don't need an ascension partner in order to climb back up, but you might come to find one on the way there rather than looking for an ascension partner down in the dumps of hell. You might find one there too, but it might not be what you're looking for. Yeah, it's the divine energy we chase, or run from, not the person. So good. So good. Don't take it personal, kids. It's not about you. It's about the intensity of that energy. It's either that we can't deal with or we can't get enough of. Ugh. And so we want either less of it or more of it. You want less of it, you're going to be the runner. You want more of it, you're going to be the chaser. And sometimes the chaser becomes the runner, and sometimes the runner becomes the chaser. And either way, they're both inside you. What are you running from when you're chasing? Or what are you running from when you're running? You know, what are you running from when you're chasing? A lot of people don't, you know, oh, oh yeah, I'm also running. We're all running away from ourselves. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, because they're running away from what they need to face by facing us. And we're chasing them so that we don't have to face ourselves. Absolutely. So what's the cure? Remember Lee and Sherry, they called it the stand stiller. And then they had a picture of Ben Stiller. The stand stiller. The stand completely still. No chasing, no running. But, and what happens then? Sit with yourself and feel all the shit. Absolutely. That's it. That's it. It's that difficult and that simple all at once. Yeah. That's it in a nutshell. Sit with it. Does that mean that the runner will return? You're never guaranteed. But it means that you will stop running from yourself. It means that you will be ready to stop chasing when the next one comes around. And believe you me, you will be attracted to the same type of energy, the same dynamics, the same wounds in the other one. It's like, you know, more than a puzzle. Just it all fits so beautifully together. And it's a recipe for disaster no matter what. No matter how much we heal, but it's also the disaster that'll make you a master, you know? So you're here to master the new template of love and relationships. Wow. And if you're like me, you might need a helmet. You might need a helmet until you get it right. Once you make it about that mystical union with the divine, it's going to be a sacred ride no matter what you do. You'll never be alone again. You can have mine, Jeff. I'm gonna I'm gonna free ride it now. I'm crazy. Somebody stop me. Mine's got padding on the inside and the outside. You know, 'cause I like it extra bumpy. Yeah, yeah, you know what it is. That energy is within you. Whatever that person made you feel, they activated something within you. And everything that you felt was within you. Everything that was and ever will be is within you. It all comes from within, from alignment from within. You know, so there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. There's nobody to find. There's nobody to heal except for the self. Oh, they need therapy. They need healing. You need therapy. You need healing. You're walking in a cloud of unconsciousness, as I like to call it. What do you mean by that, Ulf? Well, I mean that you're clouding your own judgment. You're clouding your own perception with ideas about love and relationships, about ideas about where they're at and what they're doing, and ideas about what they should be doing, and ideas about what could have been and should have been and would have been, and ideas and ideas and ideas until, you're attracting accidents. The universe is slamming you left and right, bang, 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 trying to tell you to wake the fuck up. You know, you're stubbing your toe. The universe is trying to tell you to, watch where you're walking, watch where you're going. You know, you walk in the forest and a branch just smacks you on the face because the universe is trying to bitch slap you. You know? So, like, all right, all right, all right. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm listening. Okay, what, what, what now? Okay, I'm good. I'm just gonna sit right here. I'm gonna sit right down and not take one more step. Yeah, it's like you travel back in time and then step on a dinosaur. You know what I mean? Change the timelines. Yeah. No, your one true love is inside of you. Your one true love is the divine. Your one true love. Your destiny is mystical union with the divine. It's not the person. And how many are you going to be like me and have like 8 connections before you realize it's you that you need to be connected to? Oh, connection, you say. Oh. Yeah. We all want to play hide the wiener, as Mal used to say. We all just want to have that divine love making in the making. You know, that's what we want. Let's not call it something it ain't. You know, we all just want to have that state of consciousness from the bubble love back again. But we don't know that we can go back there all on our own. So from the exalted state of consciousness down to the underworld and climbing our way back up. And once we realize we can do it on our own, we can get to that state on our own. We don't need another catalyst. We don't need another activation. We don't need another bubble love. We don't need the twin back or any of that to get back to that state. It's going to take letting go of the need for love. It's going to take letting go of the need for the twin. It's going to take letting go of the need for love and relationships and come to a state of allowance rather than a state of need. A state of allowance, a state of, oh, whatever, come what may, right? Come what may, whatever happens, happens. I'm not attached to it. If it comes through another avatar, fine, I'm down with it. I just want to rock this existence. I just want to rock this ride. You know? I don't care who comes. I don't care who goes. I'll be fine. I'm going to do this. Come hell or high water. I'm in it for the long haul. You know? My ride or die is source, not the twin. My ride or die is that energy. And it's there. Yeah, it's there. It's there. And it's making me look like I'm blushing, you know. It's giving me pretty good skin for a 50-year-old. It's giving me a pretty youthful, expression for a 50-year-old. Remember that. I'm almost 50, and on the external, at least, it looks like I'm aging pretty slowly. And it's not due to the lack of stress, I can tell you that much. It's because I'm tapping into this third energy. And it's accompanying me throughout life. My true ride or die. The third energy. And then my wife is pretty damn ride or die herself. Thank God. Thanks, Source Creator. And she's gung-ho about her spiritual processes. And she's gung-ho about accountability. And she's using all of my tricks against me. And she's the only one who could ever hold all of my energy without running away. Even though, she wanted to, she tried to, she lived out of her suitcase like Nicole did with Mel and Nicole. I think they lived out of their suitcase for 2 years, ready to hit the road at any time because of the tumultuous power struggle, So it's common, but she stayed, and we're still kicking. And even though we might have let go of the twin flame label and all these spiritual ideas, we have made it closer in union than I ever dared dream. And we've traversed some pretty rough versions of our underworlds and making it back to the surface one stroke at a time. Oh god. Yeah, this ride ain't for the faint of heart. You say hear people say they want their twin flame and divine love, and I'm just like, these people have no idea what they're asking for. Oh my god. And then you see them meeting their soul connection, and you know, a few weeks, months later, they're on their knees wishing they'd never met this soul connection in their life because they ran away and now they don't know what to do. Same story, different avatars, you know, same trajectory. And then make it back up to the exalted state of consciousness on their own. Mary's absolute boss, you know. She's got more balls than any man I've ever met. And I've hung around some dudes in my time. But she would have made them all cry, Jeff. You know it. She would have made them all cry. But she sure made a man out of me. Yeah, man. Before that, I was a divine masculine, thinking he was a divine feminine because of all his feminine energy. Oh, man. And the worst thing is, I was one of the first schmucks out there to go out and say that type of bullshit. But lo and behold, I was not alone. There was at least one other out there saying the same thing. At least one. I think I've counted like 50 in my time in the different twin flame groups saying that, you know, so we're in good company. El Jefe. I stuck around a little bit longer than I was supposed to, you know, because my boy Jeff is here and Lorna peeping in to say hello. And yeah, we are, you know, we are this, whatever this is, you know, twin flame, graduate beings, whatever label that we throw on this soul to soul connection, ascension process, whatever it is, this rite of alchemy and not being able to experience regular relationships anymore. So, you know, that's it. That's what we're going through. And yeah, that's it. And we're all in this together. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching and hanging out with me. I had fun in this one. And big up to the great Mel in the sky and everyone who's ever been, you know, on this. Hey, both the Jeffs are here. Bless it up. Bless it up, my brothers. Yeah. Yeah. I had a feeling. That's so good. That's my brothers. My brothers from different mothers. And my sister from another mister. Big shout out to all the ones that have been, you know, doing this kind of thing on here, on this platform, and sharing from this journey. I've learned from each and everyone and all of the groups and all of my clients and everybody. Whoa. How long it's been? Whew. 2013 till now. Yanks. Yanks. Talk to you soon, guys. Stay connected. Stay connected. And go on a walk in the forest and see, what you can do with connection, what you can create, what comes to you, what comes through you, you know, and deep breaths into the belly and take it all in, you know. The Jeffs. Uh, my nickname used to be Uffe, which is almost Jefe, so we would have been. All right, goodbye.